YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. We're here to talk positive energy. We're here to talk positive vibes. Well, we're not really here to talk positive energy and positive vibes. It's positive. Roll it again. Take one. YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, you got one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, safe, and fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we give it up here, man. Positive vibes only. Just want to take a second, man, to send love and prayers and positive energy out to Los Angeles, California. I have a lot of great ties to LA. Love the Los Angeles culture. I wear a lot of LA hats, Dodgers fan, like all those things, man. Laker, Kobe Bryant, like all those things. So throughout my life, you know, I've had ties to LA. So it breaks my heart to see what's going on out there, but definitely blessings and peace and positive vibes to those, to everybody affected out there, man. And really praying and hoping and wishing that all will be restored at some point in time and people can get their lives back for sure. So definitely want to start off the video with that. But today we are here to talk about a hot topic, a fun topic, a favorite topic of a lot of you guys, and that is clones. All right, so I have 7 clones here today that are going to make great options for winter 2025. I'm talking about these fragrances. I love them. I've talked about them before, and just compiled them in a list to, you know, create some recommendations at an affordable rate, a bang for your buck rate for winter 2025. And remember, I believe in this. You don't have to spend a lot of money to smell great. You do not. You do not have to spend a lot of money to smell great. All right, so let's go ahead and tap in. All right, up first from the house of Alexandria Fragrances, we have Forbidden Plum. And Forbidden Plum is one of those beauties, one of those ones for sure. This is a great inspired take on Tom Ford's Plum Japonais. I had the pleasure of smelling Plum Japonais a couple of years ago. It was a tester bottle in my local Nordstrom's, and I don't even think it was supposed to be out there, but it was. Picked it up, I sprayed some on the bottle as much as I could, like a corner left of it, and I fell in love. Went home, started researching, trying to see if I can get me a bottle. Was wondering why the prices were high, wasn't available on discounters, and then I learned that it was indeed discontinued, and that is terrible. But of course, Alexandria Fragrances to the rescue, and Forbidden Plum was a beautiful, great pickup for me personally. I love plum, and it has loads of it in here. Dark plum, booze, oud, spices, just beautiful. Now this gets you in that 85 to 90% range of the Plum Japonais. But it's really good. And even if I never smelled Plum Japonais and this was my only memory of it, I'd be super good with this. Great performer, straight to parfum oil concentration here. So you're talking about something that lasts quite a bit, performs really, really well, and is great for the cooler to colder months, winter specifically. Love this stuff. Alexandria did their thing. From the house of Alexandria Fragrances, we're talking Forbidden Plum. This is as close as you're gonna get, at least from what I've smelled so far. So if you're looking for that Plum Japonais vibe, tap in, man, for sure. All right, up next from my friends over at Homme and Leo, we're talking Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, incredible stuff. This gets you very scary close to Parfums de Marly, Harrod. All the things, tobacco and honey, the sweet and sweet spicy textures and tones of this fragrance, you get it right here. And yeah, you know, I've experienced a lot from the house, and I've talked about the house a lot, but this is in the top 3 to 5 where it's dead on. All right, so I know a lot of you are looking for that. Some of y'all are looking for twists when it comes to clones, but this is really close. So get your discovery set. You know, if you feel comfortable enough blind buying the bottle, that's on you. But if you purchase something and you're looking for a free 10 ml, you can use Dedrick 10 to get that free 10 ml and hit that link below. So Homme and Leo has a lot of offerings, but for what you can pay, for what you would pay retail or discounted prices for Harrod, this is much cheaper. It is much cheaper, and it is really good. It cuts through the cold, straight to parfum, 40% oil concentration. Great stuff, great option for winter 2025. From the house of Homme and Leo, we're talking Breaking Bad. This stuff is fire. One of my favorites that I've ever experienced from Yo Malel for sure. All right. Up next, man, this one blew me away last year. I got this late last year. I think it was like Thanksgiving week I got this in. And I don't recommend clones over the OGs, but I do like this better than the original. And some of y'all gonna be like, what, blaspheme, blaspheme. I just do, man. From the house of Paris Corner, from the Pandora Sense line, we're talking Charuto's Tobacco Vanille. Man, I love this stuff, man. I love it. It is dead on with that Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille vibe. The vanilla, the tobacco, the tonka. It's like a wet and sweet and sticky tobacco. Vanilla, almost kind of like this kind of cola type of fizz that you kind of get with this. But it's a bit more spicier than the Tom Ford. And that's what I like the most. I'm into spices, I'm into woods, I'm into ouds, I'm into those things, man, especially when we're talking for the cold. I could just smell this all day. Huge fan of this. And they really hit it out the park. And you can get this for a great price if you're trying to spare yourself off the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. This is one I definitely recommend. I stand on this one, especially if you're in love or you're vibing with this particular style of DNA. This is a really good one and I highly recommend it. The tobacco in here is very nice. It's very, very, very nice. So whoever perfumed this, because I don't know, and this blend or this batch in particular, great stuff. Great recommendation for sure for winter 2025. From the house of Paris Corner, from the Pandora Sense line, we have Charuto Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco Vanille. I don't know about the Charuto and the man on the bottle. I'm not really sure. I just know it smells super good for sure. All right. Up next, this is a banger. This one sold out so fast after word got out about it. And speaking of, just this profile and what it's going after, there's so much talk about this profile right now as it is. But this is the very best take on a Dior Homme Intense Dior Homme Parfum that I've ever came across. This stuff is stellar. From the house of Paris Corner yet again, from the Pandora Sense line yet again, we have Camaro Homme Intense. Boy, was I blown away of how close this is. This stuff, I promise you, it's like they poured a little bit of Dior Homme Intense and a little bit of Dior Homme Parfum in this bottle, let it sit and put it out. The iris in here, like there's a hibiscus note here that I do pick up on my skin. I do pick that hibiscus note up, really blending well with the iris, giving it a beautiful floral representation. I get sweetness, I get leather, I get all of these things in this fragrance. It is a beast of a performer. And though you can get Dior Homme Intense for a decent price these days, Dior Homme Parfum, you can get that for a decent price these days, but it's not gonna be what this is. And you can pay $40 or less and honestly not skip a beat. That's blaspheme. I could blaspheme, a lot of blaspheme in this video. But honestly speaking, just with my experience, I was really blown away of how very close my experience was with this compared to Dior Homme Intense and Dior Homme Parfum. So if you're looking for this style of DNA, you're a fan of that makeup baggy, lipsticky iris, but you just don't even want to pay the prices that you can get those fragrances for on discounters, check this one out, man. This stuff is fire. It's rich, it's dense, it has legs, it's going to perform. It's going to perform, man. And I love the DNA as it is, but very impressed with what this is for sure. So great option, affordable option, bang for your buck option. If you love this DNA, from the House of Paris Corner, from the Pandora Sense line, we're talking Camaro Homme Intense. This stuff is fire. Are we gonna go in focus tonight? There we go. This stuff is fire, man. It is fire. All right. Let's see. Up next, from the house of, I guess it's Dumont. Yeah, from the house of Dumont, from the Barouqe Rouge line. This stuff is crazy. We have Perlador. Perlador. This is Parfums de Marley Carlisle, Mancell's Red Tobacco. Again, another. They poured a little bit of red tobacco. They poured a little bit of Carlisle. They let it sit for a minute, and they put this. I just want to get this in the air. Pressurized atomizers. The perfume box has you covered with this fragrance for sure. But this, see, this is like a twist though. So if you got Mancera's Red Tobacco or Carlisle, this is like a twist. I honestly smell additions of like oud and leather and booze to the profile. And it's fire, man. And through the cold, I wore this in the evening, in the nighttime. I wore this. I put a couple sprays on. I had to go to the grocery store. I had to pick up dinner for the family. And I was fresh out the shower, heading out the door. I said, you know, I'll put a couple sprays on this. And it was cold outside. And this stuff is a beast. Smells really good. And honestly, man, I like this more than Mancera's Red Tobacco. I do. I like this more than that. It's really competing with Carlisle. I just think that added leathery, oudy, boozy element that I get with this makes it fantastic. So it's not going to be for everybody. It's very masculine, very spicy, very rich, very bold, resinous, bombing of a fragrance for sure. Carlisle Red Tobacco, get your mindset there, and this is what you get. This stuff is fire, long-lasting performance with this fragrance for sure. You can get it for a great price on the perfume box. You're not going to pay as much as you would have to for. It's cheaper than Red Tobacco on discounters and Carlisle on discounters. So you're going to come out really, really good. This stuff is fire. From the house of Dumont, we're talking Barouqe Rouge Perlador. Definitely recommend. This stuff is crazy. All right. Next up, we got a classic. I haven't worn this in quite some time. I will soon. What was it, last year or the year before? I was going to the barbershop during the colder months, and my barber and his brother bought a bottle in the barbershop while I was there, because they're like, yo, what you got on? And it's just great. From the house of Afnan, we're talking 9 p.m. Of course, gotta get a classic in there at 9 p.m. Of course, 9 p.m. is inspired by Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultra Mall. That's what it's inspired by. The only big difference between the two is that the Ultra Mall has a juicy sweet pear, and the 9 p.m. has this crisp sweet green apple, almost tarty. And that's the difference. But I prefer the 9 p.m. over the Ultra Mall. I always have. It's one of the rare instances that I would recommend this over the Ultra Mall. As a matter of fact, I gave my Ultra Mall away to my sister because she was just so in love with it, and I wasn't wearing it, and I didn't think I was going to wear it because how much more I prefer 9 p.m. over Ultra Mall. So I'm just kind of putting my cards on the table and showing y'all that yes, preferring this over Ultra Mall is real. And you can get this for a great price. I think Amazon right now gets for like $25, $26 on Amazon right now. You're gonna pay a great price and smell phenomenal wearing this. A lot of my young fellas, they love this stuff. Bubblegum sweetness. That apple provides a bit of a freshness, crispness to the profile and to the DNA, and it is really good, especially for the colder months. And it's attractive. It's an attractive scent. It's a fun scent. You could do a lot with this, and I definitely highly recommend it, especially for the price. Again, don't got to spend a lot of money to smell great. You don't. And here's another example of that. From the house of Afnan, we're talking 9 p.m. 9 p.m. from the house of Afnan. Okay. And last but not least, we're going to go the mature route to kind of close this up. And this is the best inspired take for Oud for Greatness, period. Let's just get to it. From the house of Afnan, yet again, we're talking Supremacy and Oud. This is the best take. The Latafa Oud for Glory, God. I gave it away. Can't stand it. It's too pungent. It's too screechy. It's too a lot of things for me. But this, much more smoother. You can tell the ingredients in here are much more quality here. The sweetness, the oud, the spices. It is just stellar. I might wear this tomorrow. Oh, I just enjoy this so much. And again, very affordable compared to what you would pay for Initio's Oud for Greatness. This has you covered. I'm not saying I prefer this over Oud for Greatness, but it's definitely a conversation. And honestly, I don't have a bottle of Oud for Greatness because of this. I don't, because when I smell this and I wear this, it satisfies the craving for that style of DNA every time that I've worn it. So I don't know if I'll ever have a bottle of Oud for Greatness because of what Supremacy and Oud does for me. And this whole line is incredible. Y'all know that. This whole line is incredible. It's great for the colder weather. You could wear this in a suit. You can wear this, you know, with a pea coat and sweater underneath, some boots, you know, evenings for dinner or cigar lounges. Very sexy, masculine stuff here. Super duper performer. You don't need a lot of sprays, and I'm just really impressed with the quality here. Afnan has really stepped their game up over the past couple of years. And as far as like Middle Eastern houses, I think they provide the best quality. I think they use the best oils, and I think it's apparent. Like, now I know Homme is coming along. I hear a lot of y'all talking about some of the latest releases from Homme, but in my opinion, what I've experienced from the Middle Eastern world, Afnan has you covered, man. And this stuff is great. From the house of Afnan, we're talking Supremacy and Oud. It's a great take on Initials Oud for Greatness for sure. All right. So there you have it. Those are my 7 recommendations, clone recommendations for winter 2025. Again, you don't need a lot of money to smell great, and this is a great example of that. So I know a lot of y'all have heard of these. You might have these, but somebody watching, they might not. They might be just starting their journey, really trying to get in where they fit in, and they probably not ready to tap into that niche world and spend all kinds of money to smell great. You don't have to. Check out one of these and you will be fine for sure, because these smell awesome. All right, so drop your ideas in the comments. Drop your ideas in the comments below, Smell Good family. Your recommendations for not only other people who are watching this video, but for your boy too. I love reading the comments and kind of seeing where y'all at with everything. But very, very, very pleased with the work done with these for sure. So y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, and that's going to conclude today's video. All right, so hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I appreciate the support, appreciate the love as always. It's always positive energy and positive vibes for sure. And until next time, y'all be cool, y'all be safe, y'all take care of yourselves. As always, splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put onto this world is exactly what you're going to get back. That's for sure now. Peace, y'all. All right. Splack 'em.